Happy New Year! Yay, we did it. Okay, so I have a new camera. And I can actually see myself. See, I'm looking at myself now, but now I'm looking at you because you're most important right now, more than me. So I would like to talk about the different things that I am going to be thinking about this year, and hopefully it'll inspire you to think about what is the most important thing for you in your life and your family, and most of all, God. So my Christmas tree is still up. This is January 2nd, and we're going to leave it up even for another week because that is what they call Little Christmas. That is the Epiphany, the coming of Christ. So here I'm leaving up my nativity scene, and we have a smaller nativity scene and with these little tiny statues that are really cute because we make them come all around the house. So we'll say, okay, they're traveling. They'll go to my son's room and then my daughter's room and then down the stairs. And by the time Sunday comes, it will be the Epiphany. And then we have a big celebration. It's really fun. And that we've been doing for many years. And I encourage you to do things like that. And I can talk about what we do later. And so I'm taking down all the snowmen and the nutcrackers and just focusing more so, even though that's all because of Christ, we're focusing even more. We're zoning in. We're in the zone. So I am thinking about what can I do this year to better my life. And one of those things, of course, is to know God by praying, by reading books, to make my home the domestic church, because that's what we need to be focused on. Right? I love putting incense on, or actually my essential oil diffuser that my friend got me this Christmas. I'm so excited. So just to give it that church smell, right? So there's all kinds of senses that we have. So, and putting on holy music or just EWTN, which is wonderful. That's the Catholic station. To make our home a place that resembles the church, because I just can't live over there, unfortunately. I would love to do that. So we're called to make our home. So I like to make the fireplace mantle, the altar. And I have little stained glass, so you can see, I don't know if you can see that at all. Stained glass on the windows. Can you see that? I'm sorry about this. Let's see. It's really right. The sun is shining in, but it's here. Oh, phone's ringing. So, I don't know who it is. It's not telling me. Oh, it's my best friend. Hold on. No, it's not working. Oh, great. My phone's dead. Joanne, I'll get back to you. Sorry about that. Okay, so the other thing I want to focus on this year is my health. So on my Instagram, I let people know what I was up to since Thanksgiving. So this is January 2nd. Since Thanksgiving, I started trying to enter into this way of life of ketosis, where now do I have it exactly right? I am trying my hardest, let me tell you. I am not eating sugar. I haven't had sugar unless it got in there accidentally, which it did in my real sugar. Stevia is from a plant, but I found out, thank God for online, that it had the dextrose in there. I was really upset. It was either dextrose or another sugar, maltodextrin. So it really ticked me off that they're saying, oh, it's sugar in the raw, which it's not. So I had to chuck that. So I am doing everything that either is hidden sugar. So people might think that they're eating really healthy, and yet you look at the ingredients or you look at the percentage of how much sugar is in there. It is disgusting. So that's what I've been focused on since Thanksgiving, is taking all the junk out of my house. The only things I do buy are sometimes, because I can't get my kids on board with this yet, so I slowly introduce them to things that I like. And if it's a success, then that's another added wonderful thing. And yet I still buy them some of the trash, which I hate to do. But I have to be fair to them as well. And over time, I think everything will work out. So I've been learning new recipes. I can make a killer pizza and it has no grains and no sugar in it. So I want to build muscle as well, because as we age, I'm 46, and as we age, we're going to lose muscle if you're not working it up. So you can build muscle up until you're dead. So
I want to focus on my book, my vlogging. I want to clean out the basement, and I want to declutter this house. So, I don't know, it would be nice to just walk into a nice clean home. So my older daughter is upstairs, and she is doing her beauty products, and it's really great because I may have mentioned it before. You know, you might say, oh yeah, you're unschooled and you're doing your makeup. But see, it's more than just that. She has such a skill. It is phenomenal. She can do anybody's makeup and it looks fantastic. So you never know where it's going to take her. So I let her do it. And she takes care of her rabbit this morning, and she cooks and all this here. So that's what she has been doing. So these are all skills. You might say, oh yeah, well, it's not going to get them a job. You don't know that. So we live. My son, he can't scoot a whole lot, maybe twice a week now that there's a whole bunch of snow on the ground. So I let him go on YouTube and research and study. That's studying. Do I know where scootering's going to get him? No. But you know what? He's 12 right now. We just had a birthday recently, so he's doing his best. And I stay awake. That's why I look so exhausted. I stay up till like 3 in the morning because I'm investigating my health and my husband's health. I have to take care. He's on board with this whole ketosis way of living. And the whole ketosis thing is how to burn your fat, right? How to burn your fat instead of burning the sugar. Because we only need, I think, like 2 teaspoons. Am I right about this? 2 teaspoons of sugar running through our veins at all times. And so when you add something as simple as peanut butter that has sugar in it, you have to get the ones with no sugar in it. It's a lot of work, guys. And, excuse me, I'm gonna have my coffee again. So, you know, this whole Catholic unschooling thing is very important. Yesterday, I was so emotional. And so I had to keep on just leaving EWTN on the television. I needed to hear holy music and words and family life, and you know, I just needed to keep on bringing that into our lives. And so yeah, so to be Catholic and to unschool is the focus here because we have to get to heaven. I need my children to get to heaven. I need them to know how to get there when I'm gone. So, back to ketosis. I can't eat any fruit right now because you think, what? That's ridiculous. So the fruit will just spike my insulin level. Anything will spike your insulin level, okay? But you don't want it skyrocketing. So like something like a potato or an orange, or orange juice, forget it. So because I'm trying to burn fat, I need to stay away from all fruit except for berries right now because they don't trigger my cortisol level. Anyway, there's so much information out there. So see, even I'm unschooling. I would never have known any of this, okay? So when I was bogged down with books all day long, I didn't know simple things, okay? I was a sugarholic, and I did not know. I kept saying, what kind of Catholic am I that I cannot... This is 8 minutes long now. What kind of Catholic am I if I can't get my eating under control? And I always thought that I had no self-control. I'm like, wow, I am just so bad. I'm gonna either go to purgatory for a long, long time or go to hell where they're gonna feed me for eternity, and it's gonna be a nightmare. So I was really worried about that. And so I found out that it wasn't me after all. So I was a sugarholic and I didn't even realize it. So it really wasn't my fault because a lot of people don't even realize they're addicted to sugar. They think they have a sweet tooth, you know, or things start breaking down in their health and they think, well, I'm aging and that's just what happens and I have to deal with it and I have to get sick and unhealthy. So I refuse to do that any longer to myself. And so I love this. I love that I don't have to hold the camera way up high anymore. Yay. So I've been noticing that my clothes do fit differently. I actually can breathe. On my other videos, I used to have to take a really deep breath. I couldn't talk. Even if I was sitting down, I'd have to Like this here, gone. I realized I can sing, I can carry a note, which could not happen before because my lungs were being crushed by fat. So, I've been following Dr. Berg, like the iceberg lettuce. Eric Berg is his name on YouTube. I highly recommend if you have any concerns whatsoever about your health. He's a chiropractor, he's in Virginia, and he's also a nutritionist, and he's phenomenal because he doesn't say don't do this and do this. He tells you why, what's happening with your insulin levels, with your gallbladder, your liver, all of that, and your pancreas and ketones and all that. So it's helpful. So I am actually set free. I am no longer a slave to food. He talks about intermittent fasting, which if you have gallbladder problems, that you can solve these problems by letting your bile in your gallbladder get concentrated enough so that you can break down your food and all those fats. And that's the other thing, is like it's such a great high fatty diet, which is completely opposite. I feel like a rebel because of school, right? And because I love to be radical in being Catholic because it's so much fun, and which is really being normal. And so this whole ketosis thing, high fat, so when they say, eat chicken, low fat chicken breast, it's actually a bad thing. You want to go for the thighs. You don't need all that water during the day because it actually takes out your electrolytes and you become more dehydrated. So, and to eat eggs, and they don't cause cholesterol, and to eat animal fat, it's crazy because people don't realize that you need fat for your cells to transport all kinds of information. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of that. So check him out, Dr. Eric Berg. He's a blessing. He saved my health. He is even saving my marriage. People's moods aren't swinging like this. So it's steadfast and predictable, which is nice. So this is all part of Catholic unschooling, is staying focused on Christ. And to just learn as we go. I mean, I know so much more now than sitting down every day with the kids, and it can only be that way for them as well. So I'll be going to the skate park today and writing the book. Isn't that cute? We were at the beach. When I took that. It was one of those cameras that you have to wind up. So anyway, I'm going to go call my BFF, and I wish you a happy new year, and please think about what things could you do that are going to benefit your life, your family, and most of all, God. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you and yours.